That means you too, Rochelle. Hey, I can't see your face, Rochelle. There you go, everyone say cheese.
Zoom! Joseph!
Oh, yeah. Zoom on you guys.
Oh, yes, Zoom. There, get chest.
Go around it. There.
It's red again.
Okay, is it? How about now?
That's good, Rachel.
Okay, now I'm gonna say peanut butter.
Now it's red again.
On there. Let the bacon like it.
There.
No.
Am I in it?
So.
Yeah.
Oh, you done it to me, Jeff.
Done.
I'm
Put the camera
Okay.
in the TV.
This
Now,
is-
Come here. I have a question.
Kathy, too bad that you're not in the picture.
I'm recording. Hey guys, this is, what day is this?
The 11th.
This is May 11th, 1990. This is Joseph Knapp's videotape. I think there's 10 days till school's out.
8.5.
Yeah, she thinks 8.5. I think she's goofed up. Because we get out the 20.
8.5.
We get out the 20.
8.5.
We need to keep this talk show very, very organized.
8.5.
I'm on this videotape because it's my videotape. I feel like being on it. I love seminary. It's awesome. And it's my favorite class. Don't get in my way. Because I gotta be on this talk show. And,
He's so
well, see, I just feel kind of irate tonight. Actually, I don't know if those are the right words, but
You guys, let's start sitting on
I want to improve myself in the years to come. Amen. No one can hear me.
Oh, yeah.
So is there any point to it?
When do we each die?
And then we'll like
I don't know.
turn
I don't
it
wanna
back
be in
on
it.
and put black
That's why I stick over here.
and have some hideous laugh.
No. Ah! Where's the
Here,
paper to make the
Joseph.
name tags? Oh. Jim. Timothy.
Hey,
Jeff?
Trigger.
Gotta make sure it's gonna
Your mom's here. Ah. No, we need you over here to start now.
This is Joseph Knapp, June 10th, 1990. I'm 15 years old and this is my videotape. I'm living at my Uncle Ken's house with some of my family moving pipe for him. This is looking out our front window to the view you can see. And this field out here is all of my uncles. This is our front yard, our fence, our steps. We're going to take a scenic tour of Chesterfield. This is the backyard of where we live. This is an old milk barn, sheds, a couple of granary, more sheds, three-wheeler, and a Quonset hut where I will keep my Volkswagen bus. Here's our yard, and in that tree over there, we have a tree hut. There's the tire swing. And this is the side of our house. And our faithful station wagon. Yep. This is my mother, and she loves me.
I sure do, darling. That's why I'm here.
She's the neatest chick in the whole world. Okay, this is what I dress like. I'm Joseph Knapp. This is what I dress like most every day. This is my engineer outfit. This is my cowboy outfit. But I basically wear these overalls all the time. So, okay. Leaving our house now. We're headed down the road. house that we lived in. It's been abandoned. And now we're on our way to the Chesterfield Reservoir. Right, Mama?
Right. Not still recording, are you?
Chesterfield Reservoir. This way. That's where the mayor used to live. Just kidding.
Might have done. I don't know that.
We're gonna drive right into this bank. Bam! Okay, we're in. That's way down there.
Like about a mile.
About a mile. Water their crops. In fact, some couldn't. Old house here in Chesterfield. It's got an old balcony on it. Here's the square one to the right. Small square. We are now in Chesterfield. There's an old house out there. And out there is an old cabin. There's the church on the hill of the school. And then just around here, more houses. Now we'll go see some more. Here's a log cabin. Next to it is a bigger one, but not much. There's a white house. There's another on that hill is an old cabin with logs that the historical foundation of Chesterfield is trying to restore. There's an old house in Chesterfield. Notice how someone has made the corners with those bricks.
There used to be a porch on that side. See where that stovepipe comes out? That was a door. And see that post? That was a porch post, I think.
That is a beautiful. Here is a really nice house. It's got little roof and window peaks everywhere. It's good. Chesterfield. Right across the road is an old house. Right up the road is the church. Hill out has the church, and there's the church. There's the old hitching post. Old hitching post.
The Utah Pioneers, number 324, erected 1966, Oregon Trail campsite. After the arrival of the first settlers of Chesterfield in 1875, covered wagon trains continued to use the old Oregon Trail of 1846, which passed this point. Tired, discouraged, and ill, travelers arrived here from early spring to late autumn. Local pioneers fed the hungry, nursed the sick, replenished their supplies, and exchanged fresh horses for weak or lame ones. Daughters of the Utah Pioneers, number 263, erected 1960, the Meeting House. In 1880, several Latter-day Saint families settled in this valley of the Portneuf, naming the area Chesterfield. November 27th, 1883, a branch of the church was organized with Judson A. Tolman presiding elder. Labor was donated, lumber came from nearby canyons, and bricks were made locally for the meeting house. Dedicated August 28, 1892. Dedicatory prayer offered by President G.C. Parkinson, in which he asked the Lord to bless everything pertaining to this house. The Daughters of the Utah Pioneers given a 50-year lease on this building in 1960. Camp Alice, Ashton, Camp Louis Call, Caribou County. We're from Provo. We're just up for the summer. And your Hatch?
I'm Simon.
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 I thought they said Hatch would be the ones that had it open.
Joel and Delilah Simon. Come every weekend. Spend the afternoons.
You very often have anyone show up?
We very seldom do we commit that we don't have at least one car.
Huh?
We've had very few Saturdays that we've not had somebody, or weekends that we don't have at least
So you come Saturday and Sunday?
Mhm.
Wow.
Sunday afternoon at 2 and 3 on Sunday
Until when?
till 7, 6:30. Because he's had kidney failure. He's on dialysis, so I have to take him home to do dialysis at 6:30. Now you have a sister named Nola. Nola Hammond.
No, that's my niece.
That's your niece. Our boy went with her a time or two.
Oh, is that right? My oldest brother's daughter.
Mhm.
Do you want Sister Simons to come narrate it for you? You can tell all about all these old pictures, can't you?
Yes, I can.
Do you want her to, Joseph? My husband taught at the technical college in Provo, so my kids have not had a chance to be on the farm much. But this guy really likes it. Likes to drive tractor, and yesterday they branded vaccinated cows and he helped with that.
He enjoyed doing it.
Yeah. It's really interesting to see people and what they like, what they really enjoy. These farmers that can't leave just can't send them leave.
That's us.
And there's people that can't. So this boy should have been more to a farmer again. This is next quest.
Where the bishop met. It's not waffling. This is where the primary met. When George Albert Smith was the prophet. Old treadle machine. There's a newspaper clip about Chesterfield. It's Chester call.
Oh, my God.
It's like, I mean, the farmers have brought it out to the road, but, the original plan that
This is
was. In fact, when they first came back up into this area, they didn't unite into a community like this. They just had their farms and built their houses. And some of the church authorities came and they said, oh, we need more unity than that. We bonded together. So they laid out the town side,
first
and then they just put the names in a hat. And they brought out which.
So where are you going to spend your weekend sitting here? This is Joseph playing an organ that's over 100 years old. Thank you, Joseph.
We're in Chesterfield and we're gonna film a chipmunk. Pretty awesome! In the grain. Okay. Let him see it.
aim it over here so that we can see it. Okay, now hold it there for just a minute. Oh, cool.
Anticipate.
preceding stop-motion footage is a reenactment of what happened up Provo Canyon today. The red vehicle with the wreath on the front represents the Isuzu Trooper, which spun out of control, almost plummeting into the river and almost colliding with an oncoming pickup truck. After the Trooper gained control and all passengers were found safe, the vehicle returned to assist a Jeep which had previously spun out, slashing a tire on the rocky shoulder. As the 22-year-old driver returned to the Trooper, an oncoming rider truck began a rear leftward slide, almost mutilating the young boy, which would have presupposed death. And that's the news. Welcome tonight to KMBF TIM ISFULL BSTV. Channel 14. Giving you all the news that is news that's worth hearing. With Stephanie Schwarzer-Howitz and your anchorman, Alfred E. Newman.
Good evening. This is your host anchor, Alfred E. Newman, here tonight. Just some of our top local, national, and world headlines tonight. Starting first with conservatives on war with the first family in the nation's capital tonight after allegedly a speech given by the leading president himself in the United Nations last week saying, quote, "Those American people sure can cause one such as myself to be caught off guard by their apparent sheepishness to vote in to a second term a president who only decades ago would have been impeached by now," unquote. Some members of Congress now want decisive action taken against the president on the many scandals now confronting the first family. And now, on to you, Stephanie.
Well, in other national news, Bill Clinton was seen in a local tavern on Tuesday. When questioned, Clinton did not deny drinking, but he said he did not swallow. In local news, our top story tonight, a 30-year-old woman whose name has not yet been disclosed by police authorities locked two of her own children in their car for 4 hours. The irony of it is she had just signed papers in the county courthouse to break ground for a private daycare center. The financial lender is now withholding funds until a full investigation has been completed by the Child Protection Services. Alfred?
Yes, tonight, Provo Timpview LDS Seminary Council members are taken from school to make their first court appearance with the ACLU suit that was filed last October. The ACLU filed the case against the council when they found that one of the Provo members' sons, the Provo mayor's sons, became much too serious with a young lady by the name of Kathy Knapp and encouraged her to become politically involved in his father's campaign. Hence, a constitutional crisis of mixing church and state. Now back to you.
Last Thursday, while cliff jumping at Lake Powell, a woman missed the water and dove into a boat, which presupposes she will be in the hospital for 2 weeks. The Censorship Association of Utah are tightening the rules on vocabulary words that may or may not be used in homes which have children under the age of 8. A few of the words that are now being banned are poo-poo squish, stupid, and shut up. This information is available in the 1997 Censorship Guide, which may be picked up at all participating McDonald's.
Another thing in top local headlines tonight, black ice is dangerous at this time of year, and Highway Patrol is warning motorists to slow down and urging them to slow down and become very cautious. One near-fatal accident happened today in Provo Canyon when a speeding Isuzu Trooper spun out of control due to conditions, and one officer recommends that motorists do not overly adorn their autos with festive ornaments due to this season of the year. that may distract other motorists and obstruct one's own view and impair one's vision. Please leave all wreaths, lights, and shrubbery along with the mistletoe at home on your door where they belong, advise highway patrolmen.
Preceding stop-motion footage is a reenactment of what happened up Provo Canyon earlier today. This red vehicle with the wreath on the front is representative of the Isuzu Trooper. You'll see the trooper in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen as it passes an accident which happened earlier today at the mouth of the canyon. The trooper then rounds a corner, spinning out of control, almost plummeting into the river as you'll see here, and then heading head-on for an oncoming pickup truck. Eyewitnesses said they heard the driver screaming right about now, the brake's not on, and then the car does a complete 360 turn, barely missing the vehicle. Regained control and then got back onto the road, but the driver, now in shock and shaking, decides to switch off with another passenger in the car, and they return to help a Jeep which had spun off the road earlier and slashed a tire on the rocky shoulder. As the young 22-year-old boy returns back to the trooper, a rider truck rounds the turn and goes into a left rear slide, heading straight for the boy. The truck barely misses mutilating the boy, which would have presupposed death, and luckily straightens out at the last minute. You can safely drive up Provo Canyon now due to the greenhouse effect and its melting of the ice. And that's the news. Plummeting into the river.